Over the last decades, forest lands have diminished at an alarming rate everywhere in the world. Every minute, vast areas of rainforest the size of dozens of football fields are being chopped down. Yet here in the heart of the Middle East is the one state in the world where forested land has expanded considerably in the last 100 years. In order to understand this amazing phenomenon, we need to begin with Herzl's vision. Already in August 1896, a full year before the First Zionist Congress, Herzl confers with the electrical engineer Johann Kremenetsky, later to become the first chairman of Keimet Israel, the Jewish National Fund. They discuss the need for creating a national association for afforestation of the country.
Every Jew will contribute the necessary amount for planting at least one tree.
Herzl writes in his diary,
10 million trees.
2 years later, Herzl visits the land of Israel. The sight of the bare Judean hills affects him deeply, and he sets out on his vision.
To plant forests, about 500,000 tall young pine trees. This variety grows as quickly as asparagus.
Herzl, as he was accustomed to, immediately acted upon his vision, planting a cypress tree in Motzah, near Jerusalem. This historic tree became a symbol of the settlement in the country, but a vicious hand cut it down during the First World War. The trunk yet remains. 4 years after Professor Tzvi Shapira first suggested the idea, Herzl succeeded in establishing, at the Fifth Zionist Congress, the Jewish National Fund, Keimet Israel, for the purpose of land redemption and afforestation. Indeed, the Keimet Israel would succeed in redeeming vast areas of the country, and Herzl's name has been eternalized in the first forests that were planted in Hulda and Ben Shemen. However, the drive to develop the country resulted not only in planting, but also in considerable environmental damage. With time, Israel has become one of the most densely populated countries in the world. The anthem of those who would vanquish the wilderness, will dress you in concrete and cement, began taking on a different meaning as the open spaces began dwindling in size. But ever loyal to Herzl's Green Zionism, the Keimet Israel has revised its own vision in keeping with ecological sensitivities and technological know-how of the 21st century. The Keimet Israel plants and cultivates forests, develops green lungs, builds water reservoirs, purifies contaminated rivers, and works unflaggingly to improve the environment and educates towards an affinity for the country and its landscapes. For Green Zionism is also an infinite ideal, and every generation has to pursue its own vision of environmental quality for itself and for generations to come.